kicked in the fucking face.
In the next bubble screen over here, let's throw curls.
What are the whys, right? What are the whys?
Bears Hour Live.
Peter King with NBC Sports here. Just have one thing to say. The tape never lies.
It never does.
The Tape Never Lies Network, home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans on earth.
The following show is for mature audiences only.
The Tape Never Lies Network
The Tape Never Lies.
Tape never lies.
starts now.
The tape never lies.
32 is the identity.
Yeah, you look at the tape. So as a coach, your resume is the tape.
Loses the football. Strip sack and
Bears our live.
Give me some fucking
Bears our live. We go online right after Bears games with your boys draft thoughts and the smartest man alive. Yo. Bears our live.
Son of a bitch, you better block.
Bears our live. We go online right after Bears games with your boys draft talk and the smartest man alive. Rant up with the true analysis. You expect raw passion for the show.
You saw the growth in
locked
Justin
in with real
Fields.
emotion and passion for every play. Coach Phil to bring that range, but then with facts my post game show like nothing else you're gonna hear. Some can try to copy, but a bucket's not sincere. Delivering the truth on what just happened, to be clear. That's why we're on TV, so you can see it, not just hear. Hey yo, with Draft Dr. Phil, you know it's always hit sticks. True to fundamentals, never gimmicks and tricks. Guess we're moving Soldier Field up to Arlington Heights. Mill out counting bucks while the mayor big fight. As our life keeps growing, Shane's all knowing, delivering the truth on how the QB's throwing. Dimes on time or just lacking fundamental. Whatever the case, we get hot like Cecil. Fiery discussion on what happened in the game. This ain't your daddy's postgame, so expect the fucking flame. Not for the average fan, I love they can survive.
but don't you worry.
Bears Hour Live.
Bears our life. Bears our life. We go
Let him sit his ass there again. I don't think we're that much worse.
The myth, the rant legend, Dr. Phil Otoshan.
This is football, baby. Culture is the problem. Let's get on little things. Bears our life. Bears our
Son of a bitch, you better block.
our life.
That's what happens. That's when you have a real
Right after Bears
And let's
games
get it
with
on.
your boys draft talk and the smartest.
Give me some fucking names.
This is Bears Hour Live.
Welcome to BHL. Bears take it on the chin. You listened to our patron show at halftime. There was a whole bunch of negativity involved. Bears come out and show some signs in the second half, but young, inexperienced player trying to do too much at the wrong time comes up and bites them. Smith Marset, former Viking, trying to make a play to make his former team look bad. In that position, you got to just get out of bounds and live another down. Completely unacceptable. I'm not going to hold him accountable for the bullshit call on Justin Fields' touchdown run. That was I don't even want to say ticky tack. It was crazy, but I don't want to steal too many of my guys' points here for his rant. But again, Bears drop 129-22 on the road in Minnesota. Showed some fire in the second half, but not enough. Questions still remain. You have a ready-made defense for number 58 to flourish, and he's continually out there guessing. Money time for him to make a play on third down 2 weeks in a row. Roquan gets beat by Dalvin Cook this week, gets beat by a backup quarterback last week. You want to be paid? Go get paid by somebody else because you can't miss those plays here. Can't do it. You want to say you're the best linebacker in football? You're not. Deal with it. You're not worth $20 million a year at that position playing the way that you are. You bet on yourself, and you're losing in a big way so far. So other than that, let's turn it over to DDP. Buckle up, kids, because it's rant time.
Oh my God. I just, in
my lifetime of lifetimes, the emotions in football are real, and people that don't understand the game of football have no element or evidence to bring to the judge when it comes to finalities. And the reality of this football game is so many levels: coaching, decisions, offensive line. The center shouldn't even be out in the football field. Shame on you, Ryan Poles. Shame on you, because if you have one iota of understanding, you signed Lucas Patrick purposefully to get a prick, your words, on the field. Meanwhile, you got a soap suds falling off a leg. I mean, that last screen pass where they give it to David Montgomery for I think it's 2nd and 2. Mustafa just, I mean, is he pretending playing patty cake? I'm getting sick of this same goddamn conversation. I don't care who says what about Mustafa. It's a problem. Because you could beat the Vikings. Give me a fucking center that could get up and get on a fucking backer and blow a defensive tackle out of there. He's so soft and weak. It's not getting better. It's never gotten better. Stop giving me the same shit. I'm watching it every week. You can't get consistency. You can't pass protect. We pray that he's going to hold up. That's not how you win. You got to do it now. I thought you were going to do it, and you still are in the same shit show shambles because of your center. I don't care about all the other stuff. Justin Fields came to play and win. And shame on you, refs and NFL. You clearly picked your political stance with number 18 and the Bears. Can't win this game because there's no way that's a fucking block in the back. It isn't. It's not a hold on Jenkins. But Justin Fields comes to play and comes to be what we expect him to be, and shame on you for taking it away. And how many times do I have to say this to you fucking nerds that have never played the game of football? How many times? Go to rainbows and sunshines and fucking Ferris wheel land for your analysis. But David Montgomery is the fucking identity. He's the guy. We take a sack. Sam's falling on his back. Ticky-tack call. 32. Giving everything he has. That catch and run. Are you kidding me? You're going down to win. They're winning. You're going to win. And yes, Smith-Marset, you got so selfish. I don't want to kill him, though. I honestly, I hate that he did it. I do. But I know the competitor. I want to fucking make a play. Can't do it. I'm more upset with Pettis. Catch the motherfucking ball. How many weeks? I get it. Smith-Marset has got to get out of bounds. We all saw it. Use your goddamn head. But I'm keeping it 100 with you. I'm keeping it real with you. Not the popular decision. It's so easy to pig pile on Russell Wilson, right? Let everybody do it. On this network, we don't do that shit. People who play the game to win with effort need to be acknowledged and praised. Smith-Marset, that was selfish. It sucks. You cost your team a win there. There's no doubt. The story, the final chapter was about to be written, and it's unfortunate because Justin, I think, would have been a benefactor of it. But weeks in a row, Pettis, catch the fucking ball. Have accountability, coach. Have accountability. Your offensive center stinks. Your linebacker, $20 million? I wouldn't give him 10. I wouldn't give him 4. You have to make plays and tackle. What's the definition of a linebacker, blog boy? The linebacker is behind the line to back up the line and make a fucking tackle. This guy is lost. He's guessing. He's not reading his keys. I don't care who likes him, what you think. I'm just going by the here and now of what we talked about leading up to the draft to here. Roquan Smith has not made dynamic plays. He hasn't made game-changing plays. On a day where his quarterback, his team needed him to make a fucking play, forget Tyrod Taylor, how about Rager in the backfield and you miss? How about today? Dalvin Cook there and you miss. Now the onside kicks and coaching and all that, it sucks. Fundamentals, you're out leveraged again. You didn't learn anything from the Giants game. Muhammad's still getting blown up inside. There's so many things to prove and fix. But I'll say this. The best thing that came out of this is for any motherfucker stepping in my way. I build a team. Today, number 1 said, I belong. Number 1 did that. Number 32 said, you pay me. You don't pay 58. You pay me. I'm the guy that's going to deliver, and bring an energy that you're looking for. Not some sissy-ass, soft, out of shape, sloppy linebacker play. No. The real gems stepped up today. And I tip my hat to Justin Fields because as they were going, I felt confident. For the first time that I've watched the Bears with him under center, I didn't feel desperate. I didn't feel alone like Gilligan and the skipper on a fucking boat out in the ocean, not knowing where we're going to land. I felt like Justin was going to captain us. And that, even in a loss, for me, is something positive coming out of this situation. And Shane, that is my rant.
I don't know if Ivan can look up the over under on you having a Gilligan reference in your opening rant.
I never know.
Somebody might have got fucking paid today if they put some cash down on that. But yeah,
that's on TTNL. That would
I'm glad you brought that up about Justin Smith. Again, not perfect, but you feel the steps being made. Sorry about that. Justin Fields, you feel it got to a point where every time he dropped back, you didn't know what to expect. Today did not feel like that. You know, he had that ball to Mooney. I mean, the catch is going to override everything, but even, you know, the ball in and of itself was amazing. How that touchdown got called back was
shameful.
There was no block. There was no block in the back, but just like
guys on his fucking shoulders. Stink. You stink for even broadcasting that bullshit into the universe. Stink. Yeah, man. I mean, that was the worst flop I've seen since LeBron, right?
Terrible. Yeah, and it wasn't even but I mean, Phil, he was turned sideways. So that's I don't know. I don't get it. And
it infuriates me because you know what? It's like, I don't care what NFL's not fixed, but people have an opportunity to do it. It's just like every other sport. Yeah. I've fought for years. In fact, I used to fight on a message board about this. Oh, don't complain. Everybody gets bad calls. It's like that girl that doesn't know shit about sports talking it at a bar with you. You're like, what are you fucking, you don't know anything about football. Oh my God, both teams, they drag their, like, shut up. The refs directly affect, first of all, even on that last amazing effort by Eddie Jackson at the goal line. That fucking dude's knees down at the 1.5 yard line. It should have been marked there. As a coach, I know me, Shane. I can see shit. How no coach on that sideline said it's at the 1.5. You're calling timeout anyway. Throw the challenge, back these motherfuckers up, and make it at the 1.5 and make them earn it. All of a sudden, now we got Kirk Cousins, who look like God. You made him look like Joe Montana.
Yeah, I mean, that's if you want to look at what actually just destroyed Chicago today, third down.
Oh my God.
12 of 15. So I'm not sure the Bears. I'm not sure the Bears have converted 12 third downs on the year.
Look that
They
up.
did 12
Someone
of 15
in the chat
today.
Look that up.
But that's
fucking God.
That is not sustainable, and you cannot have a defense ready-made to essentially. And I understand our defensive line is not where it needs to be. That's all going to be coming in time. But again, to go to Roquan, this isn't going to be the Smith-Marset bash fest because
right.
I mean, it is what it is. He is who he is. He fucked up. Hopefully they sit down and talk to the kid.
He's definitely going to learn from that.
No, I understand.
You're right.
You're right too with being a competitor part of it, but just in that spot, man, you gotta. When I saw him going out of bounds and he cut back, you could ask my son. I said, "Oh fuck!" I just right there because even if the ball doesn't get stripped, even then, Phil, the clock is rolling. The clock is rolling there.
Oh my God, it killed
me. To me, the biggest question mark on this team, other than the inconsistencies of the offensive line, is number 58, who's brought in here
the biggest story.
To be a leader.
I totally agree.
He's out of shape and he's not making plays. Yeah, and he's not making plays. I'll add you in here, Ivan, because I know you were you and I were going off here pre-show when Phil came in. But what's your take on Roquan? Are you comfortable paying this guy?
No, it's a lot of missed tackles. He doesn't when he breaks down, it just looks like as soon as he breaks down to that first gear, that's it. He can't make a move. It looks like he's in quicksand out there. A lot of missed tackles by the defense as a whole, but Roquan getting these one-on-ones where you have to make a play, and it's 3rd down and 4, 3rd down and 2, 3rd down and fucking 6.
Yep.
He's not making the play, period. He has to make those plays if he wants to get paid like the best linebacker in the league.
Oh,
yeah, and I mean, it's just you can't have it. And I mean, I understand the thought process of a 25-year-old top 10 draft pick at off the ball backer, but playing will in this defense. But this solidifies why Ryan Poles didn't give Roquan what he was asking for. This is what Eberflus saw. He came from a defense with the ultimate will linebacker.
Well, this is where I'm stuck. I'm stuck because my rant is, I'm sorry, is strictly on Sam Mustipher, but it's also on the GM and the head coach. You can't pretend that this isn't the worst shit you see on your team. Like, if I had to measure it all, Roquan's a 1B. Sam Mustipher is affecting the Giants game last week.
I get it. Well, it's way more than just that. It's every game he plays in, he has an effect on it, Phil.
You can't continue that. You gotta get a guard out there and put Dieter Eisland or Lucas Patrick at center. Something else. The definition of insanity is going on inside, and it's a fucking snap in the face. It's a false start. It's a hold. It's not a block on screen. It's horrible. I don't know how you could defend this. I don't. We're laughing. Kramer and I are laughing. Steve Edwards and I are laughing. Zorich and I are laughing. Like, how is this possible? I can get a kid from fucking Ole Miss right now to come out here and play better. It's that shameful. And that's a GM. That is a fucking problem. That's
well,
a problem.
I mean, it's even off of the. I understand their thought process of Sam being on the team and giving him just strictly as a backup is my point. End of the day, Eberflus is the guy that's deciding that he's out there.
Yeah, that's
him
a
and
problem.
Getsy, and that's
Him and Getsy.
that's
They
number
don't
one.
Getsy it.
That's number one to me. I mean, I'm sure Ryan Poles can come down and say, "Hey, I'm not seeing what I need to see here." But the ultimate wild card is you paid a guy to replace Sam Mustipher.
Exactly.
And he's still not there. And
he's still not there. And he's playing out of position, a position that he never played before. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And right there, 1B, you're on the positive shit. And because you're right, you didn't pay Roquan because of this shit. I mean, the linebackers, again, if you're a patron, you know, right this morning, X's with the O's, we focused on Roquan, Morrow, and what was Joe Thomas last week. Today, their best linebackers, number 44.
And he got hurt.
And he gets hurt.
Yeah.
And this is what you're dealing with. You can find better because if you're a guesser and you're playing your own freelance game, if guard blocks down with center and they're double teaming and tackle blocks out and you're the will, you got to fire. You can't be backpedaling, guessing, shuffling. You got to fire. I don't care. I don't care how athletic you are. I don't care how fast you can run a 40. I will show you guys that ran 4.9 and they get to where they're supposed to be physically fast and they hit. This Roquan Smith has to play better. And their scheme, again, the Vikings come out. I wish we had some stills of the formations. Tight end wing with Irv Smith and number 86, or 84 and 86. Tight end wing. And we have our defensive end lined up, head up on the tackle. Linebacker off. I go, they're going to run right there. Sure enough, 16 yards. Dalvin go. You have to adjust the linebacker. Someone has to come up and play that tight end wing. You have to have contained. Then on third downs, hello. Let me knock on this. Hello, is anyone? Third down, 18's open. It's like,
Phil,
what?
you saw it there towards the end on 3rd and 5. They they bailed.
They all bailed, and he's sitting there.
Yeah, it's just like
it's like that picture should be a cartooned comic book for like fucking Spider-Man playing quarterback. It's like everybody's open. One guy, it's 3rd down and 5. You're driving, and everybody's in a zone off on him, and 18 standing there. Their best fucking player on the team. And these problems, again, there are no moral victories for a team. You could go rainbows and sunshines. You guys didn't pick them to win. You said they were going to get boat raced.
Right.
Yes, they made some great adjustments, but this is not celebrating almost winning. You don't do that. The only celebration is Mr. Justin Fields.
I see this being a continuing theme in the chat that Poles hired Flus over Dayball, but Dayball wasn't coming here, guys, in the first place. His guy went to the Giants from Buffalo. It was a done deal. Ask anybody that's been talking about it. This is where we have to educate ourselves as Bears fans. Everybody is. I had all these people reaching out to me today about Brian Dayball after 5 games. You running your fucking mouth about Brian Dayball. What do you think now, Chief? What do you think now? My response to them was, well, 2018, Matt Nagy got Coach of the Year. You want to bring that motherfucker back? Yeah.
I kid you not, I did not know this, but I just got a text. While I just said this, I did not know this. That's
Moral victory.
There are no fucking moral victory in the NFL. Maybe you have that in grade school. Maybe you can spin that shit. Moral victory in the NFL? That is a fucking loser's tonic. Loser's tonic. I had to share the text, Shane. I'm sorry. It was on cue. There's no Ryan Cox. There's no moral victories. If somebody's telling you that and you're going to live comfortably like that, guess what? Since 1985, the Bears have had how many moral victories that have mattered to them? Tell me.
Yeah, where's that column in the fucking box score?
Give me those stats. Exactly, Shy.
Yeah, your dog even thinks they're full of shit.
I had to bring her in here. I don't know who she was barking with on the street. I'm like, oh my God.
Everybody's thing is everybody else's is better. And Dayball would have. Do you think Dayball was going to do a lot better with this group that was out there?
You know what the difference with the Giants is? You want to know? Their defense fucking is lined up and they tackle. They're in their positions. They're aggressive. Guess what they were doing, Ivan? If you watched Green Bay and the Giants, it's 3rd or 4th and goal. They're fucking blitzing off the edge. They're not sitting in zone. Let's let Kirk Cousins run for 6. Shut the... Go after him! The fuck are you doing?
That's
the difference.
That's the biggest negative in Kirk Cousins' arsenal.
Jesus fucking Christ.
If you let him sit back there, then he can do what he did today. If you come after him and you pressure him, then he tends to fall apart. That's the
Giants under their defensive core. What's his name from Baltimore that fired him?
Wink Martindale.
Martindale are fucking aggressive as shit. That's the difference. Today, if you play bend and no break with Aaron Rodgers, he slices you up. You've seen it, right? You got to do something.
Most veteran quarterbacks are that way. They failed in the league. Yeah.
They sat back in zones in the first half, and you allowed Kirk Cousins to go 17 for 17, break Tommy Kramer's record in Minnesota Viking history, and you lose. You had an onside kick, go fucking dumbass onside kick. You didn't get that.
I did not like that. That
wasn't hindsight. I didn't like it either.
No, I texted. I don't know if it was you or Ryan Cox. Immediately, I put it on Twitter.
You spoiling alert in it for me, you fuck. Because I'm so far behind you.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry about that. But I just in that you got the momentum, and then obviously you were trying to steal more of it. But in that situation, I mean, even if you want to play the analytics have shown that your defense is playing better in the second half of every game. So believe in them. It seemed so forced and not. And like you said, Phil, there's going to be a ton of people out there saying, "Oh, you guys, hindsight is 20/20." Just like the Patron Show, the guy saying that you guys did nothing but praise Roquan Smith. No, we didn't. We didn't. We took a lot of heat because we were holding him accountable.
In fact, Chubbs could be a witness to that as a patron because he was upset with us for taking so much out on fucking Roquan leading up to the draft. I didn't want to pay an off-the-ball linebacker if he wasn't going to make dynamic plays. But I can't think for the life of me a more critical situation to do the opposite of what you do. You got to be aggressive. You got aggressive on the offense. Justin Fields, that was a screen that he called, that he ran for 80-yard touchdown that they fucking screwed us out of. That was him making. I didn't see tap the ball, worry Justin. That's a positive, but it ain't a moral victory. It ain't no fucking, the way the Bears played, they should have won. should have won. If you're going moral victory, then you don't understand how to win, because the lessons that you learned, just like I was saying with Smith Marset, he's never going to do that again, or at least you hope. And if he ever did, that's when you say goodbye. Pettis has no excuse. You can't drop these balls on a quarterback that needs you to make plays. You can't do it. And this guy has to be aggressive in situations.
Just got in there with the players, and obviously the group is disappointed in the finish there. Overview of the whole game, obviously we needed to start better. We on defense, we gave them 21 points in the first 3 drives, and we have to do a better job there, of course. And then really from there, the offense came out and scored the field goal, and we started to create some momentum there at the very end of the half. So we ended up getting a sack, scored a touchdown there right before half. And then the second half, we came out, and I thought we fought and did a nice job. Obviously, the offense did a great job of coming out and scoring a touchdown. We ended up going for a 2-point conversion. Don't get it there. And then we onside kick. We thought we had something there that the alignment that we could take advantage of. It didn't work for us. Defense does a great job of stopping them there and forcing the field goal and blocks it, which was, again, momentum, a changer there. And I think the offense scored on every drive in the second half except for the last one. And really, the message for the guys in there was just this: hey, in the NFL, it's never going to be perfect, and it's always going to come down to the end. And we learned that the last 2 weeks, and we have to make the plays to finish the game and seal the deal. And that's what it is. It's about playmakers making plays. It's about the coaches putting the guys in position, and we just have to finish and give ourselves a chance right there. And again, to me, that would be the defense getting a stop on one of those third downs,
make some changes.
On that drive.
Make some fucking changes.
3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 1. We got to stop in there and make them kick a field goal. And then obviously at the end, we got to, operation was really good by Justin. Justin had one of his best days of his career. And he was, 15 or 21 for 208, had a long of 39, had a drop. One of the drops was a big one. Had
more than one, coach.
18.
Two.
So that was good. And at the very, very end, I thought he was operating the 2-minute drive really nice. Obviously we need to get out of bounds there. We tell the players when they're on the numbers or wider to get out of bounds. If you're inside the numbers, get north. And that's just a simple function of 2-minute mechanics. So we have to do that better. So with that, I'll open up to questions.
Sam Mustafer, coach.
Yeah, nobody's going to ask.
Yeah,
nobody's
problem.
Yeah, so I give credit to them. They're obviously
Sam
moving around
Mustafer,
had a lot of motions.
That would be my first fucking question.
And but we need to do a better job.
Fumbled snaps
with our setup there for sure.
Falling down.
We just got to do a better job.
Missed calls on blitz.
No, I mean, so when you get them on the move there, it's hard to roll up to them sometimes. So I think that was mainly it. But you have to do a better job there when that does happen to do some different things, even when he is on the move. So we just got to do a better job.
Coach, as Sam Mustafer continues to struggle, you see how I did that? That's the fucking media way.
Yeah, I mean, it's just bring it to the guy's attention. I've done that before where this has happened in my career, of course, over the long career. And, you come out there and you make sure they're executing to start. The start of practice. We always talk about, hey, fourth quarter, we're built for the second half and all those things, but we have to make sure that in practice we're executing in the start of practice as well. So that's just something you got to set up and you got to put it on the guy's mind and make sure that they can, it's simple, but it's also aggressive, the game plan to start and then go from there. Yeah. Yep. Just analytical decision.
Smash the like button on that. Smash the like button.
Well, it's something we practiced. We practiced it all week. We knew, and it's set up perfectly. When you do something like that, I always told the entire defense, I said, listen, we're going for this. Okay.
Come on.
And there's a chance we don't get it. But listen,
thank you.
I want you to respond to this. If we don't get it, sudden change, you respond to it. And they all did. They respond. They rose up there. Then they ended up blocking the field goal. So
someone asked about, it was really a do you get a moral victory out of this, coach?
Got them on basically
Pat
on
Finley
downs
will
right
be
there
the
for
one.
the block field.
Come on, Pat.
Yep. No, that was where we were. The numbers where we were for this game and that part of the field was the 4th and 4, green light all the way.
Coach, obviously Amir feels terrible after the game. Do you hold him aside? Do you talk to him one-on-one or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I talked to, listen, I'm close with all these guys. I talked to every single one of them, talking about their performances, how we can improve going forward. If a guy had a really good game, what's his mindset going to be for the next game? And that's part of coaching. And I'll certainly do that for sure.
It really does. It hurts me to see them lose this game.
Yeah, it's positive. It's positive. But again, I told the guys, of course we were going to do that because of the character of the men in the room, and they know that, and they're a tough group. They're a tough group, and they're resilient, and they're going to always fight. So we just got to, like I said, make the plays at the end.
You can't
for a
talk
different
like
outcome.
this and think that moral victory it's in a tough place to play. We've been playing there for fucking years.
Yeah, I think anytime you get explosive plays on offense, that's a spark.
Play the
that's
fucking
when you
game.
score touchdowns with explosive plays.
Block.
And I think that was definitely a confidence builder for sure.
Pick up a fucking blitz. Get your ass up off the ground and hit somebody. Don't sit there and be content.
Yeah, it was all based on the yards. All based on the yards. We discussed that way before. That's usually given to Luke on first down, sometimes right after the first down call. So he knows what a green light is, and he can set himself up for that.
Cole Kmet woke up, played some ball today. Show me some toughness.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Hated the 2-point conversion call.
Having him back in the lineup, how much do you think that affected your all's ability to run the ball, but also pass the ball later on, especially
Yeah, it was good. Anytime you I think I said it before the game. Anytime you have a 1-2 punch back, like that, you got him and Herbert, and it's really good to have those guys. And you can see what Demo does in the passing game too. He does a really good job of getting north on those check downs.
I love when people.
He's a different style.
Give me David
he's
Montgomery's
cutter,
stats
vertical.
today.
So I thought he did a nice job
for his running. Did you watch the game? What he did in the pass game?
Jesus
Christ.
At first glance, anyway. Is there a play that you regret or recall or think that really was key in that drive? It just seemed like they just picked
Yeah. They executed. They did a nice job. Give credit to them. But like I said, we had the third downs. We had a 3rd and 4. We had a 3rd and 8. We got to win those downs. We got to win the down. You got to win your matchup.
But he had only 1.7 average.
Getting the pressure or the coverage, breaking up the pass. So it's one of those.
Are you watching the game,
and,
Room Key?
We just got to do a good job there.
Are you watching the fucking game?
Yeah.
Making throws, he's on time, he's accurate. How encouraging is that? Not only for him in terms of being able to make those throws when he does have the time, but for the offensive line to be able to
No, that's a good point, and we certainly recognize that. It was cleaner. He had time to deliver. He can see down the field without being in a rush. And ride the pocket like we talked about last week. So that's definitely an encouraging.
Tevin Jenkins hold call was the biggest crock of shit.
That was awful.
Are you fucking kidding me? We don't get one of those calls. Not one.
Yeah. That's not good ball. We got to be on point there.
Huh?
That's just
thanks for being honest.
Oh, finally, Coach, we got one. You're center now. Come on.
It was good. I think it was 3.8.
One question.
I want to say 3.8 average. So that's what we really look at, because the team could run it for 50 yards for whatever.
Do you feel like they're not asking him because they feel like Owen's gonna
it's solid, but
blow
to me,
up
it was
about it?
Still, you saw some of the runs in there that were going for 10
like,
and all that. That's a little bit too much for my liking. So we'll get those things cleaned up, but 3.8's better for sure.
Man, sorry you've been asked this before, but the disparity between your first half defense and your second half defense seems to be growing. What do you make of that, and what can you do?
Yeah, we just got to start faster. Keep what we're doing in the second half. We just got to start faster. And then your next question is going to be how, right? We got to bring it to the men, the attention of the coaches and the players, and we got to set it up for practice. And we just got to do better in the beginning, and obviously that's the first touchdown they've scored the entire year in the second half on us.
It's so obvious.
We just got to keep doing that and get better in the start.
Is it a matter of being flat in the beginning and just having to get taking longer to get to improve?
Yeah, I don't think it's that. Our guys are ready to go. I don't see it as being flat. I see it as just being executing and setting our guys up as coaches for the right.
Ask a question about Mustafa.
In the beginning.
Ask a question about Roquan. Both guys have not been asked.
Going for 2 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You would just kind of smile and say you plan on being aggressive. Do you think today was a reflection of the way you want to coach these?
Yeah, I think it changes every
He
week.
almost
It
is
depends on who you're
asking,
playing.
is this a moral
It depends
victory?
on the other quarterback. It depends on the
That's what he was
situation in the
trying to
game.
do.
So we want to be aggressive.
I
I
don't know
can't
who
tell
the
you how many
Facebook
times I've
user
said
is,
green
but I
light, go.
appreciate you.
It just hadn't happened. I mean, I say it every time we get, into certain zones of the field. And that's been that way. It just hadn't come up. Today it did. So that's the way it goes.
With the quick turnaround, last one. With the quick turnaround,
Yeah.
what's the plan? How do you go about your schedule this week?
Mhm. Yeah, so you got to be mindful of
Last
the guys
one,
that you gotta
Shane.
get the plan in. So the guys are coming
one.
in at 1 o'clock
We got
tomorrow.
somewhere to go. Where?
And they're gonna have a walkthrough.
Go
so we'll have
celebrate a
meetings, go
moral
over the
fucking
plan,
victory?
and you really can't talk much about this game. You
Go
can make
have
your
some
corrections,
rainbow cookies?
a handful of plays, but you got to go on to the next one. And we'll get that later. Certainly we'll make the big ones, the
Care
corrections, but
Bears.
then you got to walk through practice.
Ivan, the
And
Care
Wednesday is,
Bears.
again, a longer day.
I just
and we
don't
have a
know how you
walkthrough
don't
practice
ask
on the
about
second
Sam.
day.
You don't ask
And
about
then
the
third
Pettis
day,
drops.
we have a short
The Pettis
helmets
drops.
practice with speed. The day
He
right before the game. So
obviously
they'll have 2 days of rest.
announced
Get a little
the
speed
March-
practice in there, short practice,
He
and then we'll
announced the
go
March 7th.
travel down to the stadium and then have the light meetings and then wake
I
up the next day.
told you how to
and then
ask
play
the
the game.
question. You're not going to ask it like Phil Atoshin would. Like, Coach, when
All
is
right, Coach,
Sam
talking
gone?
about Thursday's game. That's right. The
It's
next
got to
game.
be, Coach, the play at center, and it hasn't been pretty. You have to word it in a certain way that everybody knows.
I think it's going to be important, not to cut you off here, Phil, but I think it's going to be important that we do listen to Justin speak.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I would definitely like to hear
Coach
what he
wasn't
has
wrong.
to say.
That was. I'm being honest. I go on these shows. I didn't even want to hear what Ivan had to say about the show after the game after, because I try to get so many thoughts in my football brain because I wanted to. I know I would never have lost that game. I wouldn't. As a coach, I wouldn't have. I know what you needed to do. And the Bear, all they had to do, just move your defensive end and put your Sam linebacker on the line of scrimmage and make a fucking stop reading on the defense. They're trying to do stuff. Just attack up the fucking field. Know your gap assignment. Roquan's nowhere to be found. He's dancing all the way like fucking Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer over there. He's fucking in the clouds. He doesn't. You got to make your reads and attack to your gap. Stop trying to make this fucking play. Oh, you've missed the plays. You see the move Rager put on him? My God, make the fucking play. How many other linebackers miss that shit? You're a stud $20 million man.
No, you're not.
No, you don't miss that fucking play. That's like that last. That's like a fat kid with the last fucking pepperoni and onion fucking slice. He's taking that shit. He ain't asking nobody. Just take that shit. Drop his ass in the backfield. Instead, we're whiffing. We're not dropping. Even Morrow, you're dropping in your zone. You're shuffling. Who's around you? The fucking tight end's running right behind. Get back into depth. Oh, it drives me crazy.
We have a good view of Darnell's catch the 3-point in the first half.
I didn't even see it. Like
one of the best catches I've ever
The guy just
seen.
asked me, like, did I see his catch one-hander or whatever, but I didn't even see it till after the game. I just thought he went up there with two and grabbed it and made a contested catch. But after seeing the video of it, I mean, that was a great catch by him. And, great play, great protection, great all around by the guy.
This kid from New England can't get healthier enough. Was he
He
suited
gave us
up
a lot.
today?
What's
his
a big
story?
play like
What's
that
the
before
update
the
with him?
end of the second half,
With who?
set us up for
Harry.
that touchdown. So definitely
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of
They
momentum.
said they weren't going to play him this week.
But what's his time frame?
It's got 21 days, 21-day window.
He can't get out there soon enough, man.
Just keep
I
going.
agree. The
That's
Pettis
all you
stuff,
can
he's
do. Just
gotta
keep
go.
going, keep fighting, keep grinding.
Pettis has
that's
got to
it.
get. You got to get somebody in here that's going to fucking make critical catches.
Yeah, it's tough, but I know Mir. I know he's feeling down right now. So our job is to pick him up, and he's a great player. And I mean, me personally, I
Pick
know
him
what
up
he can
and
do
throw
on
his
the
ass
field.
out of
I know he's
bounds
young,
next time.
second year, so he just got to learn from that mistake and keep going. But he can be one hell of a player in this league for sure.
How'd you feel about the way the 2-minute drill, 2-minute drive was going before that? I mean, you
I hated it. What the fuck is he supposed to say?
I think it was going good.
Just
I think we
a
had
wasted
plenty of time.
question.
So it was going good. I think we were moving efficiently. So who knows what would have happened? So yeah.
How do you process good plays being negated like that? A good completion by you that gets negated with a fumble at 53 yards.
He said, and I could read his lips. I got you.
How do I feel about it?
How do you process that?
I got you there, but
you just got to move on. You
Gotta
can't dwell
move
on
on.
it. I mean, after the touchdown,
These questions,
I'm looking up to the stands. I'm seeing all the Vikings fans.
I don't get it.
Back, this and that. So I'm already knowing it's a flag. But I mean,
You're
like I
asking
said,
a question that you already truly know the answer to. Well, we decided to catch the fucking football.
Efficiency in the passing game, I think we took a step forward for sure. I felt like the protection was better today, for sure. I think, we definitely handled their blitz better than last week. So I felt like we took a step forward in that. And just overall, I'm just proud of everybody and the way they fought. We were down 21-3. A lot of the same teams in this league would have, just laid down and, stopped playing. But I'm just proud of our guys.
Honestly, the whole Keeping It 100 crew would ask better questions than these.
Totally agree.
Even fucking Bratcher probably would ask him about the new
and just
Black Adam
just trying
movie.
to stay calm.
But still would be better.
Have you seen Hocus Pocus 2?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that all week. I was like,
oh my
bro,
God.
go Cribbit. So, he did that. And, of course, great physical run by him. And, that's one thing he's good at is just, getting the ball in his hands and, making guys, try to tackle him and stuff like that. So definitely proud of him.
Is that the most comfortable you felt this year?
I would say so. I mean, it's just trying to stay calm. I think when I first got here, you see big guys flying around, D linemen going fast. Like you just think you have to speed everything up.
I did not feel. I felt.
I'm just starting to figure out you just
he was
going to
win this game.
And the way you know how to play and just stay calm.
By crook.
So yeah,
he was going to win this game.
Yeah. Yeah. 39, he was playing inside leverage. Mooney wanted to take it more upfield, like we were more midfield. But in that situation, we were closer to the end zone. So I was trying to put it more of a back shoulder, especially since the defender was inside.
That first
so
throw,
of course,
Shane.
I didn't want to leave it inside to where it would be a turnover.
I had no idea what was
just
going
missed that
on.
one. And then, just got to be on the same page in that sense. So, yeah, you're good.
Cool, Kennedy.
I love it personally. I think it's, confidence in us. I think he believes in us to, if we do get that onside kick, it gives us momentum, and it shows you if we don't get it, he trusts in the defense.
Momentum.
So
You
I think
just
it gives
scored.
us confidence.
You already had it.
The 2-point play, confidence. It shows his confidence in us and, his belief in, our execution. So, yeah.
Do you have any chance to lobby for going for it on fourth down there?
Do I have a choice to say we're going for it? No, sir. That is not my job. No, sir.
No,
not at
sir.
all. That's not my job.
What are they doing? What?
I think right there you got to take the lead and just trust in the defense. So
Focus question out there, at least for guys.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. That should never happen. To be honest, I mean we go over the first 10 plays as a walkthrough. So
Justin, do you have the ability to say no? Fuck that call. We're doing this.
No, it was a coaching thing.
What are they?
What are they
doing?
Looked out there. He went out there, but
Jim
yeah, so
McMahon, year 8, right?
For sure. First play.
Fuck Mike. I'm doing my play. Fuck Luke.
Yeah. So our cadence, it's the leg kick. So I was trying to come up and I think either cannon play or change protection. So when I was walking up, he just got that leg kick mixed up with me walking up. So next time,
when do you think Sam will hit the bench, Justin?
Sees him, and then just be more decisive with my body movement. In a loud environment like this. Appreciate it.
All right, Justin.
All right,
Justin Fields. All right, Justin. Hocus pocus.
Not one question about Dante Pettis' 2 drops. Not one about the starting center that continues to be overmatched, and it doesn't matter what the fuck his contract is or what the contract is on the other side of him. That just means that you're not a fucking competitor. I'm only going to play up to what I'm being paid. So that's your guy? That's what I would ask Olin. That's your dude? He's only going to play up to what he's getting paid?
You can't.
Then that means you're a shitty competitor. That shit just irritates me. You paid a fucking guy to come here and play center. Play him at center if there's a problem there. Phil, you and I both know what's the easiest fucking spot on the offensive line to just go get a fucking guy off the street.
Guard.
Exactly.
It's not the easiest, but it's the easiest to find somebody that can do it. We're not saying it's the easiest position to play, but you could find many a guy that can fill in at guard. Center and tackle are different stories. Center especially. Now, there are certain cues that we're learning. I know Olin had said it, that in Getsy's offense, he's relying on the quarterback to pick up the protection. I just don't think that should ever be the case. I think the center should be identifying the protections based on the play. Quarterback can check the call, which everybody would know, almost like a problem, a mathematical equation. If the check is made, green, whatever the color is, or whatever the number or code letter, it could be anything, then it's the opposite. So if you were going to run and then you're calling out Cobra, and that's the key indicator, Cobra, now you're going to pass. It's not, these things have to be, and thus if you're passing now, identifying the mic has already been happening because he's identified the mic. So the protection now is left or right, whatever it is. There's the mic. We're running the ball, right? And then the quarterback says Cobra, changes it to a pass. The mic's already been identified. Everybody in their brain on the offensive line says, oh, it's a pass now because Cobra. So now we know we're sliding to that protection. Or the center could then say, Rambo, tell you right. Lake House, left, whatever it is, whatever your calls are. These things have to be the bit better because you can't have your quarterback going up trying to talk and the snap hits him in the goddamn face. I don't even know if they do NFL bloopers anymore. The fucking Bears have had some of the worst bloopers.
We'd be on that one. But
God.
Like the point of evaluating it is
no.
The same reason why
Don't
you're
play
here,
this year, guys.
The same reason why you're here watching a post game show about the Bears. If 90% of the players aren't going to be here, why are you? We're going to break down and analyze what we see. That's the way this works. Shouldn't be that difficult. And if you want positivity and bullshit, go someplace else. It's pretty simple,
hard.
guys. It's not that hard to figure out.
You love this shit, hit the like button. You're here for it. My job is, and Shane's job is to break down what just transpired. Now, I can count times where I thought something happened, and then I watched the all 22, and I'm like, oh, I thought this guy played a hell of a lot worse or better. And then I watched the all 22, and that's where the Walrus, Speed Bump Charlie, Mustified, and all of these jokes come in, because that's how I teach. Because that's my job, is to teach the truth. I've done it for how many years now, Shane, before all of these people have popped up with their moral fucking victories.
Right.
I've been doing the tape to show, and that's where 75% of you have found this network. 25% probably on BHL. Now the rest are coming in, reaping the rewards. Because I'm telling you right now, Shane and I aren't playing patty cake to get you to hit a like button or subscribe. I won't do that. We won't do it. We will be truthful, honest, and we will fight. I'll answer the negative comments as well as the positive. And
that's the
right
thing.
now, Roquan is terrible. Mustafa's terrible.
We talked
Pettis,
about
awful.
We talked about the negatives of Justin Fields when it was warranted.
Yep.
And I don't know. People, if you're going to talk about the negative, they get unhappy. If you talk about the positive, then
you're not going to please everybody.
Whatever. Yeah.
So I've taken on this thing. Like, I'm not pleased that the Bears lost. It will affect me. It will. I can't help it. My wife has learned to understand that. My family has. I don't like losing. It bothers me. We lost a flag game yesterday. I've been thinking about that for fucking 24 hours. I am not a loser. I will not ever get a moral victory out of this. I can give two shits about your subscription because I know I'm the best. I know Cars is the best. I know Chris Zorich, Eric Kramer, Shane Marshall are gonna always be the best at what they do because you know why? And my father, I already know he's the best because they don't need to placate to anybody's feelings. In a world full of let's give everybody a participation trophy, TTNL won't do it. Won't do it. Won't do it. You love Dick Butkus because he fucking didn't want to lose. Right? Stop fucking going into this other place of what about the positives? We're rebuilding. Oh, fuck, for next year. The Giants are learning a new system. Is Daniel Jones in over his head? No. You play to win. The Bears have to get to the point where you're maniacal. Tight end wing, move your ass out. Get the linebacker. I don't see Roquan coaching nobody. He couldn't even hold a freaking match to Brian Urlacher. It's an extreme difference. If that man, he's good, Phil. Where's he good? On a blitz? I can 44 can blitz. I've not seen him make play. He's a detriment. Same with the center. Now, both guys might be amazing gentlemen. They might be great human beings, great fathers, great people. But they're not doing the great things for the team. That doesn't mean Sam Mustipher he's not he's an NFL player. I get it. There's only 32 centers or 64 centers. You like that math, Ivan? Right in my head. 64 centers in the league, right? He's out there starting. He ain't good. He's not good for the Bears. I don't know about you guys, but if I have something on my body that isn't good, I try to go to the doctor to get rid of it. You come here to the doctor to hear me rant. My rant is about that. You can't be blind to it. Poles, Cunningham, Eberflus, Getsy, Morgan. This is a problem. The center. Got to do something. Like Shane said, you brought Lucas Patrick in to be the center. Put him there.
He was the fucking center all off season.
I know.
All off season.
I know. It drives me insane. And thank you, Gary, because I have it in my notes so I don't forget. Because this network, again, it's the same as the whole Russell. Let's all pile on somebody. This is no offense to Sam Mustipher. I'm not trying to create a narrative. This is real. Kendall Vildor stuff wasn't real. So what did I do? I said, no, I don't stand by that. I'm not going to bet. Kendall Vildor to me on tape is playing good football. We've stood up for him on this network and got harassed because of it.
There's people listen, I was a believer in what I saw with Thomas Graham, but again, we're not around this guy to see how he is in the classroom, to see how he is off the field. And obviously there's an issue that somebody in the chat said that, really could have used Thomas Graham today. Thomas Graham hasn't played a snap from the team that brought him up from the Bears practice squad. Not one. Hasn't registered a tackle, nothing. So but yet people see Kendall Vildor get beat in the end zone by a 265-pound tight end on a money ball, and they're like, that dude sucks. It's terrible. No, but he's there. You have to look at the coverage. Is he getting beat by 8 yards? No. He's there to make a play. And don't forget, guys, this is the NFL. Do you think was that bad coverage on the Mooney play? On that one-handed catch he had?
No.
It's the NFL. The Bears' offense has been putrid. They moved the ball there. Are you going to say that DB sucks? No. It works both ways. These guys are professionals. Some are better than others. But that's, I'll let you in on a secret here. This is how PFF grades. I talked to Lauren Cox about this years ago. They look at good coverage as the same for everybody. And I questioned Lauren Cox at the time. I said, so you're telling me, and this was at the height of Richard Sherman when he was, defensive player of the year or whatever, when he was at his peak. I said, so you're telling me coverage from Richard Sherman is the same as coverage from pick your bottom of the roster corner? And he said, yes, that's how PFF grades. Good coverage is good coverage. I find that to be extremely flawed, but that part, it is what it is. Just if you get beat on a fucking play, corners get beat every single game.
Exactly.
Next play mentality. You got to move on. Kendall Vildor does not suck. I've seen much worse.
We've said it for years, saying I'm tired. We go by the tape. If Mike Glennon was good, we would be telling you that he was good.
A millisecond
wouldn't it take us to tell you that it was good, that he was good. The reality of those truths are going to be here, and it's unfortunate. And people say, you don't have to say this, Phil. You don't have. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, because I got about 1,500 DM. I'm too negative, or you're too positive. What about your boy? Well, let's trade Montgomery. He only had average 1.7. The tape versus the stat. How many fucking times? Rainbows and sunshine versus reality. Guess what? It's sunny and shit. Gorgeous right now after the hurricane destroyed those people's houses. You guys should be happy. You got great weather. That's no different than you guys coming to me and saying, you guys should be happy. This is a moral win. The Bears should have got boat raced. And no, they got a new coach over there. They got Kirk fucking Cousins. They got a receiver and a running back. Keep the pressure on and you win that game. I'm telling you right now, you win that game. Roquan, make a fucking play. You win that game. Throw it on 3rd and 3. What do you fucking... I couldn't believe they ran there. And I'm the running guy. I'm like, perfect time to boot out of there. Justin was in a zone.
Did you like the play call with finally 2 running backs in the backfield and neither one were David Montgomery? I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
My son is 8 years old wearing his David Montgomery with no D jersey on his back, right?
Yeah, Montgomery.
It's like he became Italian all of a sudden. Hey, Montgomery, where's the meatballs?
They need more O's in Chicago, Phil. They're just trying to sneak them in there.
They need the Etosians probably up in Chicago, coaching this shit. Yes. But yeah, the reality of that, you finally get 2 backs. My son Tate goes, why isn't David in there? Why is 25? I go, I honestly, my God, perfect time. Fake to David, mesh, give it back on a cross buck, get him, Herbert going out left with the ball. Make him fake on David. Do something different. They don't. Maron. Yes. And then 3rd and 3, that play, I just felt like was a terrible call by Getsy, but I'll break down that tape just like I do every week. These Bears suck you back in, even if they lose. I'm not being a hypocrite in this. Just as I said in my rant, and we're going to bring one fan on today. But just as I said in my rant, Justin Fields did something for me today that he should do for everybody. He looked like the competitor that you trust with the ball in his hand with the game on the line. There is no denying that. Smith, fumble, all that sucks. It hurts me inside. But at the end of the day, Justin Fields gave me something he hasn't given me yet. And that's what Gary Williams has kept saying. Because when we're out here living for pure bliss at quarterback, we got to have...
There's hope, guys. There's hope.
We got to have hope. Got to have hope. And it's unfortunate that today the Bears left us high and dry. Cairo Santos came out there, pressure kicks, burying them. That is another positive I'm sure they'll talk about for about 45 minutes on another show. But today, that's my only mention of the kicker. Solid. But you got to have passion, Shane, like you and I do.
Yes, sir.
Jarrett Payton. I don't know if you saw the great Jarrett, son of Walter Payton, the greatest football player to ever play the game, bar none. Hashtag, in my opinion. His son talking about TTNL.
I did see it. I was there. I was the guy with you.
Yeah. I'm talking about the fan.
I know.
I will play that later, but he said, you guys are passionate. Bears fans are lucky. At least he gets it. Because if you want anything other than passion, it's probably somewhere else. Let's see if this guy has the passion.
It's 100 Crew Hot Takes. Phil and Shane bringing on a fan to talk Bears and what just happened in the Bears game each and every week. You have to have hype.
Phil's always telling me to hype.
You can't be flat. So be ready, be prepared, and bring your passion.
And hype coming out of my ass.
It's 100 Crew Hot Takes. Hashtag Spencer Strong.
Those are big time fucking throws.
BHL. There he is. He's doing the Claudio. He's doing the Claudio.
Yo, I'm glad I got. This is the first time I get to talk to you after all this time of chatting on the gram. Remember our big debate? I hope you remember, Shane. I hope you remember.
Oh yeah,
it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was a good thing. But I got to tell you the story. It's hilarious. So my wife cares nothing about football. She only cares about me and the way I feel every week. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, they lost. He's gonna be pissed. This is gonna be
this is gonna affect our whole night.
So I watch you on my screen. On my TV, and she's walking by. She goes, she knew about you beforehand because I told you, remember I told you, you're the only person. I watched the NBC one with the guys, but I only watch you. I don't watch any other football. I just don't because I don't want to hear the crap. So she walks by. She goes, and you were doing your rant. She goes, I know why you like them. They sound like you.
Exactly.
It was hilarious. And I said, yeah. I think I sound like a hybrid of you too. I'm laid back like Shane, but then once a moment when it's too much, I sound like Phil. Yo,
I lost a DirecTV remote today. I texted Phil. I just lost a perfectly good remote on that fucking onside kick.
The onside kick was stupid. I'm gonna just jump right into it. I think, and it's gonna sound crazy when I say it, I think Eberflus is trying to win, but he's trying to win without developing, and he he played his boys. That's how we started. We playing my boys. Oh, let's go. And now he found out they're not good enough, or second string, or even third string, and now he's bringing people that aren't ready for the system.
Yeah,
right.
It's just and
it's a mix there because Gordon.
I think they're trying to develop, but I think it's trial by fire. It's like we're gonna throw you into the flames, and
that's stupid.
You're gonna get burnt. Yeah, no, I get it. I get
totally
it.
Agree. I think it's the wrong road to take too.
Hard.
Alex, some people are gonna say, well, because they're planning for next year when they have the big cap.
I got to tell you something. I don't like to curse online.
You just did. There you go.
You're at the right place for it.
I know, man. I knew it was gonna be a problem. I said, I was like, that's fucking stupid. You should be ready from the beginning. Yeah. And I get. I read an article where Eberflus is very difficult. Like, and to get to where he is and stay for 20 years, you have to have a mindset of my way works. But sometimes you still have to self-evaluate, and I don't think he does it readily. He does it at the halftime. He does it in the next week. He doesn't do it at the moment. And I want to address my boy Fields, man. You know what Fields looks like? He looked like he's supposed to look. Honestly, he looked like he was under Nagy, and he underprotected under Eberflus and Poles. I've been watching Fields. I'm a Michigan fan. So I've been watching Fields for a while, and I saw him on Elite 11. That dude is a beast, for real.
Yes.
He is good. But if I was looking at the last week or the week before when he was real bad, there was the league is bad across the board, but there was most of the games except for two were under 50 points combined.
Right. Yeah,
and then there was one game that was 22 points. And that was with Brady and Rodgers. You understand what I'm saying? Yep. You take away the receivers, you take away the line, you get that. And I think I'm never going to bash Fields, but there are some things he's learned. But he's where he's supposed to be for the protection he gets.
We've held him accountable for we've seen things that are obviously concerning. But your point about putting the wrong there's a time to put the puppies in there to learn. And I'm not saying Kyler Gordon going out and starting in the beginning of the season, Jaquan Brisker, I understand that. They stood out from what I saw in preseason for them to earn that spot. But if you're going to build a mentally tough team and you're going to build it with the right guys, to Phil's point, even with Justin Fields, sometimes I was at my son's basketball game yesterday and he fucked up. I didn't go crazy on the court. I just, at the end of the quarter, I happened to be near him and I just gave him one of these and he ran over and I told him, I'm like, you're not going to do that again. That's not you. You made the mistake. Don't do it again. And that is part of developing, Smith Marset, young kid. I bet you next time he's in that position, I bet you his ass gets out of bounds.
I hope so.
But
if he doesn't, he's going. That's thing.
No.
As you heard me in the rant, and we're gonna be see, fans, you can't have it both ways because you're expecting me and Shane to pounce on, fucking get him and cut that kid. But I saw a kid trying to make a play and not knowing what coach said, and I totally agree with coach. You're outside those numbers. You got to get out of bounds. You made one quick move. Great. You made a guy miss. Get out of bounds. He's got to know that.
But
if he ever does it again, then he's gone. But the shit drops with Pettis that's unacceptable in the NFL.
The part that makes it even worse is he had the two, and we talked about it at halftime with the patrons. To me, he's not back out there in the second half. You followed up your first drop with another one. But what did they do? They went down and fucking scored, and the 2-point conversion was to who? To fucking Pettis.
He'd have been set were we down 5 receivers this game? I don't even know how many we had, but Pettis, I was a Pettis fan, to be honest. because the rapport he built. But man, I see why he gets cut, man. I didn't go deep into him, but whew,
you gotta make those catch. I mean, last week it was the Giants on third down, that back shoulder. He's got to make that. You continue the drive. The Giants game, as bad as you played, you have an opportunity to win there. And then today was even worse. You're on the road. You're again on the road. You're playing against your rival. They know you, but they supposedly know you, and you're tearing you up. You got to help out your quarterback. Justin had that eye of the tiger. He really did. I haven't seen it not once with the kid. Everyone points out maybe the Pittsburgh game on that, karate kick gate where we get the penalty. Like we should have won that game. I saw Tony fucking Vegas. I call him Tony Vegas. Yeah. But today I saw the eye of the tiger. Now, here's my point to Alex's point. I won't put Alex's full government name out there. Right, Sheree?
Please don't.
I thought his real name was not Alex Acevedo. I saw that.
That's hilarious.
But there's a point where I guess I'm just raised different, and you probably are the same way, Alex. That's why you and fans, why you come here to watch this post-game show is because I'm putting the best players out there. My goal is to find the answers to the next season in the actual preparation for the next season. The answers now in this season are the foundational pieces. I saw somebody say, number one is somebody you're going to move on. Number one is answering because he's that quarterback. He's going to answer that question for everybody. No doubt. 32, he's going to answer it. 11, he's going to answer it. I get that. But they're not rookies. They're all in their second, third, fourth year. Justin obviously has the high priority position. You're going to answer that. Those corners you just drafted are here. So they can sit their ass on the bench and the safety, and you can play a veteran corner there and have him learning. And then when he's ready, then you put him out there. That's how winning it happens. When the rookie is ready to start, because I'll tell you what, you could have beaten Green Bay if it wasn't for Kyler Gordon. I'm telling you, every fucking third down, it was, let's look to Kyler Gordon. You could have beaten him without my guy. I believe he's going to be a superstar, Brisker. But right now, he's not ready. He isn't.
No, he's not even playing fluid on a lot of downs, Phil. It's, I compare it to your overall point of just putting the guys out. I understand you want to get the Bears philosophy may not be the same as ours. I understand the direction that they're going. They want to put the guys in there, but it'd be like, having a Chicago Bears podcast, Jeopardy tournament, and TTNL gets invited. We're not sending fucking Bratcher to answer the question. You know what I mean? Claudio, maybe.
There he is.
Bratcher, we're trying to get your attention, man. You're supposed to look up. He was staring at his phone. I wanted to get him to look up.
He's watching the show on his phone, I think. I don't
know. Oh, that's hilarious.
He's watching Jeopardy.
I will give Gordon, he played more fluid today.
Made a huge tackle in the flat.
I can see his potential in Gordon hard. I see the potential with Brisker. He just, I don't know. I think the biggest thing happened, and it was the worst thing, they won San Francisco. And then they got punched in the mouth. And everyone has a plan to get punched in the mouth. And the players weren't ready for that punch. And now they're scrambling. They're indecisive on defense. There are no gap controls. I don't understand why we pinch our DNs at all. Our DNs, and then our backs are small. And they can't hold the outside containment.
Our linebackers are so small.
The backers and corners, they're small, and they can't hold containment instead of having a DN.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying
that's what
alignment is going to help you, and th're still not doing it.
But that's what makes the Jalen Johnson injury way worse.
Oh my god!
Overall,
is he hurt?
as a
Hurt?
team.
Like I know he's hurt, but I didn't think he was
I
going
have
to be
no.
this
He's a
brittle.
quad.
quad.
I mean,
Quad, and that's
I have
one of
no
those
idea
things,
what's
man.
going on.
Your quad is like, it's like having a hamstring. It better be 100%.
Yeah.
Back with that 85%, and then he's going to be gone for 8 weeks, and that's the shitty part of it. But
I want to say this one thing to clear this up. When I know Fields always competes. I'm never going to question the kid. There's a difference between competing and having the eye of the tiger. And what that difference is let me explain this. Nobody's going to fucking stop me. Nobody is going to stop. I'm going to deliver this throw. If you are watching that game and didn't come away feeling confident about Justin Fields or like, whoa, what a fucking play. I mean, when he prances into the secondary and takes this down the field, outrunning everybody to the end zone, you get the bullshit call. I don't care that it was on a fucking screen that sucked because Sam can't fucking block on a screen. I still see a competitor with the eye of the tiger. I'm going to win this game. But he was composed.
He was good today. He was really good today.
I felt him. I felt confident in him. I have not felt it before. I have
a
it. The other
question for you
thing.
guys. Oh, go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
Hold your question. I want to clarify one thing. I don't care what their roster is now. You have a responsibility to find. Guess what, Shane? How many people were cut down on cut down day? 685. You find a veteran corner. You find a veteran safety. I have a safety on this football team that can help Brisker. His name is Houston Carson. He'll be in the right place. He'll line everybody up correctly, and they'll give you a chance to win, and he'll tackle. That is how you learn behind that. When a guy isn't ready, you don't just put him out there and say, learn by fire. Here, my daughter just got her permit. Here's my keys to my Lamborghini. Go take it out. No, it's not. That's just stupidity, right? That's what we can't do. And I'll argue that because at that point, the competition between those two players happens in practice and in the game. There'll be situations. All right, get in the game. You're going to play fucking 17. You're going to play 18 man to man, buddy. Go out there, Gordon. Don't get beat. But in that situation, these coaches are just throwing, and you get down at the half. They came back, to their credit. That first half was putrid. Putrid. You can't have politics entering this shit. I don't understand why Dieter Eisland's not playing guard or center. I don't understand any of these things. But again, this has been, Shane, how many years where me and you are like, at what point does Charles Leno get sat? He's leading the league in penalties. He's getting people hurt. And it was like, are you watching the same film? Clearly they weren't. So there's so much to get into, but go ahead. You have a question. I wanted you to hold your question.
Yeah. Who would you cut for next year? The major players. I'm talking about.
Who would I keep or cut?
Both, pretty much. Cut is easier because it's not that long a list. Oh, that.
Well, yeah, I don't think that they're going to be in. I mean, like Robert Quinn is going to be out of a contract. I don't think that the Bears
He's
are going
done.
to be.
Would you trade him this year?
I would. Yeah, because
Me too.
I don't think he's got a future in Chicago beyond this year. So I'll take what I can get. 100%.
Oh man, I'll take a 4th, 5th round for him.
That's what they're going to get. That's what they'll get. Yeah, he's I know he's getting a little bit of the Khalil Mack treatment with some fans when Khalil was not putting up sack numbers. I've had people DMing me and saying, where the fuck is Robert Quinn? He's not playing this year. And I'm just over trying to explain people that portion of football. But yeah, that I said today.
You want to say it because you don't want to hear the DMs.
Yeah. I'm not interested in giving Roquan $15 to $20 million per season the way that he is playing. And unfortunately, if you're gonna trade Robert Quinn and look into that, you have to look at that. That's going to be the guy that can potentially give you something with some meat on it in a trade. And I know fans are going to be fucking furious. But listen, the Bears and Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus essentially told us this is a 25-year-old kid with a whole shitload of upside. They need pillar pieces. They didn't want to pay Roquan what he wanted. The whole back and forth, the hold in. I'm betting on myself. I'm the best linebacker in football. That was a comment made last week after his 16 tackle game. You're losing that. You're losing that fight, Roquan. I told guys at halftime, just rewatch the game and solely look at 58. And when they run the football, watch him.
He's not good.
He's guessing. He's guessing. You're going to invest all that money into him. So
I would trade him I would trade Roquan seriously.
Oh, I'm all over.
You get that headache out of the building of his contract and all this stuff, and
you're not getting. There's people out there that are going to think that you're going to get back. You're not going to get a first-round draft pick back for Roquan. Get over that. It's going to be I'll tell you what kind of a deal it would be. It's going to be a team like Pittsburgh that believes in their linebackers. So it's going to be Claypool in a third-round draft pick, or Claypool and a fourth rounder coming back.
I can see a third or fourth. I think the problem with the defense, we don't have a field general at all, like a leader. And
he's totally not.
Yeah, and Roquan is immature. They're like extremely immature. Yeah. So I'm not giving him. I'd have traded him at the beginning of the year, to be honest. Especially, and we don't have a juggernaut. He came out as he looks puny. Like even when I was in college, I was bigger than him by far.
The only part that's not small on him is his belly.
When they have the big jack.
What the hell's going on there?
I don't know what happened there.
The reality of Roquan is we have a guy maybe that's more comfortable at a position that he's not in, and he'd be more successful at the position you want him to play, and he's out there guessing and trying to make plays to prove his worth, and it's all, what do you call it, forced. Yeah. You just play the game of football and make shit happen. That's what the good ones do. I would trade him. 44 is your best linebacker. He knows
that's Thomas, right?
Defense.
No, yeah, Adams.
Thanks.
Adam. You like Adams? I like Thomas a lot.
No, yeah. Joe Thomas.
Adams got hurt today.
Adams was in there. I mean, there's one play it's early in the game. Obviously, they're running. They're out leveraged again. Adams comes up, just fucking takes on the goddamn offensive lineman and makes the play. That's what I'm looking for. I see Roquan like scooting, trying to get backside and come back. You ain't gonna make plays, bro. You gotta be physical when you're playing this shit. And right now, even Morrow, I would expect him to be better than what he is playing at the Mike position. He's out there shuffling his feet. It's ugly on the tape. If you're not a patron, become a patron. TheTapeNeverLies.com will break down these linebackers. That's what me and my father intend to do next week. But we got a game coming up on Thursday, Shane. Totally forgot about that shit. They got a short week.
Yeah, we got to figure out Carr's keys. Kid's gonna be scrambling.
Carr's keys, Kramer's QB school. There's a lot of shit going down on Thursdays.
But Phil, is there anybody else to his question? No. Anybody else that you would be moving off of?
I know I would trade, and you're gonna be like, click me off as soon as I say it. So
you guys
say it.
Hold on.
I would
Let's get him ready to click them off. Who?
Eddie?
Yeah.
Oh, Eddie.
I can't move off of him. I can't move off of him the way that he's playing right now.
Eddie's been playing ball.
Yeah, he's got no guaranteed money after this. After this year.
How many more? Got 2 years after this?
I think so.
What?
That's the benefit of keeping him.
Yeah, that's the only benefit. But this is the highest you're gonna get for him.
Yeah.
But he's also he's playing well, right? I mean,
yeah.
I get what you're
you
saying.
talked to me last year, I would be
still-
right with you.
He's playing physical. He had a couple.
Oh yeah, that
couple of the
tackle he
most
made on
physical
the
plays
right
today.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Tackle he made to
I didn't see
save
that
this
coming.
guy from going in the end zone.
I did not
Yeah.
see that coming at all.
I wish
like 4
Eberflus
years.
challenged that and put them back at the 1.5. You could see when his knee hits the ground, he's way back. But
I think Eberflus is afraid to look dumb. In my heart.
Well, you're gonna onside kick. You're gonna look dumb there.
I didn't. Even if they would have converted it, I would have still said the same thing. It
was stupid and it was too early.
To me, it felt forced, and I know I'll be interested to see when I go back and watch to see the alignment, because he said that they picked up on something during the week that they saw, and when they saw that specific alignment, then it was a go for them. But Justin spoke on it. He goes, "Yeah, you're trying to get the momentum." Well, you just scored. You had the momentum.
Yeah.
You're in the second half, and your defense has been playing better in the second half of ball games, and I wouldn't have done it there.
It's a 14-point swing, wasn't it? They get this 14 unanswered at the time.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
They ended up stopping him.
Yeah.
That's like last week when he decided to punt it on 4th and 2. I would have been going for it.
Actually,
but he ends up stopping it. Then they don't try to block it, and then Velus fumbles it.
Alex, you got a question in here. Do you want to talk about this?
What?
Trade Alex for a different guest for the Bojack take? Welcome to our world, Alex.
That's hilarious. Basically, the reason I said that is because you're not going to get more from him than this year.
No.
I didn't know about the unguaranteed money, but that makes him even more attractive to other teams. And I think one of the problems as Bears fans you can fall into is you fall in love with your players.
Oh yeah,
and you can't like, especially for a team that's sub 500. You know what I mean?
I get it, but
especially
I think the big guns. I mean, he's not a guy that I'm moving off of with the way that he's playing. But I think if a team comes, contender says, "Hey, we feel like we can unlock Roquan, get him out of a situation where he's upset with all that." I think he's a guy you 100% have to look at, and I wholeheartedly believe
a 4th round pick and a young player that you could put on your defense, you do it. I'm all about
Dow's income, to be honest.
Roquan is like not as bad as Sam Mustard, but it's that scratch for me.
Well,
like
what
Sam,
makes him on an equal level of that, Phil, is that when he's in shape, he's a fantastic linebacker. I always have maintained that I need to see more splash plays from Roquan. And I understand, number one, you have to tackle. He did that. But I need to see more from the guy. And right now, he's not playing good football. That 16 tackle game, it was like, then your response to that is, I'm the best linebacker in football? You're going to come out and say that?
There's a picture in the game, Shane. And I thought of you, not to cut you off, but I think it's important. Roquan just made a play, and the commentator Stank is making such a he whiffed on the play, number one. Right?
After earlier saying he does not miss, and I'm like,
he misses all the time.
He's not watching dick, this dude, right? Then they show Roquan huffing and puffing. We'll pull it for Wednesday when we do the show. He's huffing, and his arms look like he's the kicker. There's no definition. I'm dead ass serious. It looks like two pieces of giant spaghetti coming out of it. Like, are you lifting? Are you in shape?
Nah,
meanwhile, fucking Hunter comes out, and you see, I'm just like, where is the Roquan Bell? He's betting on himself. I saw Will Mookie Hill say it. Aaron Judge bet on himself. That's where your talent defines who you are. You bet on yourself. You better make those fucking plays.
Like
Eric Lambert.
I
Moral
would
victories
contest
exist.
that one, King James. I think you're batshit
King-
crazy if you think this is the least talented Bears team in 45 years.
Oh man, we're way more talented than we were last year by far.
I can name a few teams with Jonathan Quinn, Steve Stenstrom quarterbacking, Moses Moreno.
Oh
I
man,
remember there was
that's
years
hilarious.
we couldn't even throw the ball past midfield. But today is a disappointment. And again, I totally disagree with Eric Lambert. I guess a lot of the,
What did he say? What did Lambert say? What was it? I missed it.
It's up there. There's a comment. Moral victories exist.
They do not.
Oh, Lambert
Moral
said that?
victories, yeah. Moral victories exist.
Yeah.
You want a participation trophy?
I don't know if Redhead Duck is just putting it up there just to say it as a joke or if it's real.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. That's good context producing by my guy Ivan Vargas.
Lambert writes a decent article. Yeah, that might be a moral victory.
No, Red Hat
real
Duck.
article.
Red Hat Duck is saying he's doubling down.
Oh yeah, so he saw CHGO's thing, so he bounced on it. It's in true sports mockery fashion. But
guys, I will never, ever, ever wave a white flag in defeat. I will be pissed off in defeat. You don't have a victory in defeat. I don't believe there's things that you can learn. My predicted score before the game, Shane, do you remember what I predicted?
Mine was 34-13. I think we were pretty close, weren't we?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, were you?
I think it was
close?
21.
Oh, it was last week we were close, yeah.
21-17. I said the Vikings would win, something like that. I felt like it was going to be closer, so I was in that ballpark. I was so rooting for those Bears to pull out this victory. Never would I have been shining more bright than if the Bears were able to pull out that victory. And I'll tell you right now, I felt so confident with Justin Fields driving down the field with that football.
No, I did too.
David Montgomery and Mooney, even St. Brown. I mean, I feel like St. Brown is
Cole Kmet had a couple.
Cole Kmet stepped up
today,
his game
after his catch,
And he was trying to run somebody over.
Dipping pads. I haven't seen that, Alex. He's dipping.
Never.
He heard TTNL from sources.
You got to go back and watch that one deep ball to Mooney that Harrison Smith, Ryan Cox has. He got there a little bit early.
He grabs his arm.
Got Mooney's arm.
Me and Claudio were talking.
Still then, that ball, that was a dime. That was right there. I mean, if he doesn't get Mooney's arm, man, I think that's
that
7.
is just Jefferson, it's a flag.
Oh yeah.
Let's just be honest here. If that's Jefferson going up to make the catch and Eddie Jackson pulls on his arm like that and separates that catching hands, see, your thumbs are out when you're catching over the top. If you're going like this over the top, 90% chance you're going to drop it unless you're jumping straight up to get you. But if you're pulling those hands away, you've impeded his ability to catch, which is the definition of interference, which it was. But it was so bang, bang.
We're never going to get that call, homie.
But the bang, bangs, homie.
We're never going to get that call.
Other teams get those calls. And that's the problem. That's a serious problem, and it needs to be addressed. It sucks that, again, the Chicago Bears lose on the road to the Minnesota Vikings. Final thoughts, Alex. Got anything you want to say?
I got a little mad. Like, you know what's crazy is I don't even think Minnesota's that good. It's just Jefferson is actually that good. He proved today he's the best receiver in the league, and that's the shame. And we didn't adjust. That's what I'm pissed off about. And I just hope, I hope we just get the boys some weapons and we find our identity on defense where we just have gap control. We don't have it, and that's our biggest problem. We don't have any gap control, and everyone's trying to be a Superman instead of just doing their job, and that's our problem.
I think the number 1 and 1A goals this offseason and leading up to the trade deadline, I feel like they're going to pull off some sort of a deal for maybe another corner or a wide receiver that's young, that maybe isn't getting some playing time, that has fallen out of flavor or out of favor someplace. And they'll try to bring him here and give him a look, but it's wide receiver and three technique. I mean, I know everybody is on the bandwagon of if the Bears bottom out and have a top pick, you're going after the wide receiver from Ohio State. I'll tell you what, they're not.
They're not. He's gonna trade down.
Yeah, well,
or they're gonna take the 3 tech,
or they're gonna take the 3 tech if they're in the top 3, and the kid from Georgia is staring you in the face.
Yeah,
that they're gonna sprint to the fucking podium and take him. Carter, I'm done deal. Just telling you, what was their first order of business? Does everybody remember in free agency?
Obi
right out the gate.
Yeah.
First business out the gate, and
Jedi.
It'll be much of the same, but they're going to have the financial wherewithal to make, if there's a team that's trying to shed salary, the Bears are going to be involved with them along the way. So it's going to be interesting, but we got a long ways to go before we get to the off season.
A lot of games to cover. 2 and 3 Bears. Alex, thank you so much for jumping on.
It was fun, guys.
You've been following us forever.
Yeah, you remember check the email.
I know. I'm on a show. I'm trying to give you a layup here. Come on, I'm giving you assists. Even your wife's behind you. Like
I swapped it down. I didn't know what you talking about. We talking about stuff.
Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, it was a pleasure, man. It was a good time.
We appreciate you and all of the support you've given us throughout the years. You're a great fan of the Bears and TTNL, baby.
Oh, yeah. The one and only.
That's right.
Love it.
All right. Alex, what a good guest there.
Yeah,
good
absolutely.
job reaching out. He actually reached out to me. I'm like, here's the fucking link. Let's go.
Yeah,
I don't want to see any pussyfooting through the hole. And Alex came in there and fucking was playing fullback.
Yeah, no,
playing fullback, knocking
people
down.
A lot of people want to talk, and then they get set that link, and then
they don't show.
They don't show, or they get on air and they're like, "Oh, hey, I gotta."
You guys are great, but
yeah, I really love your guys' show, but
or they don't watch they don't watch the game at all.
Oh yeah,
right.
I didn't watch the game.
Yeah,
but I'd love to come on and talk about the stats that I'm reading.
Yeah, can't do that, and it is what it is. But I mean, the moral victory. I see there's a groundswell on Twitter.
We are on the other end of this.
Well, I know, but somebody went at another guy at another Moral Victory Network, and now we're involved in all of that somehow, and I had nothing.
We don't believe there's moral victories. Other people do. I'm just keeping it a buck. Your thought? You were finishing your thought on that?
Oh, no. But just in terms of moral victories, I think you can look at it. If you have a back and forth and both teams are playing well and your rookies are contributing, and Justin Fields goes out there and throws 4 touchdowns and 315 yards, and you just lose on the last play, I think you can take a shitload out of that. But the moral victory, like you said, Phil, what's most important is, all right, let's just stay on your philosophy of this is a moral victory. Well, then if that's the fucking case, I better see a totally different team come out there on Thursday night and go out there and kick the Commander's ass and be prepared and not see the mental errors. And Smith Marset gets a chance and he goes out of bounds. Dante Pettis is out there. Then you catch the fucking football. All of that. Moral victories can work that way. A thing like today, there was too much negative out there in the entire first half, Phil. Our halftime show, I mean, If we would have said at halftime that the Bears were going to come out and you would have been like, "Holy shit, where did that come from?" I don't think today is a moral victory. I really don't.
Totally agree, and I'll use it in a restaurant for them. Okay, and this is the mic drop to these people who've never played the game, or they think, well, they made the halftime adjustments, so you should celebrate that. Justin played better. You said it yourself. You should celebrate that. That's the scoreboard. That's it. You're a loser. You lost. You fucking did stupid shit throughout the first half. You did stupid shit in the second half too. Yeah. Let's not twist this around. The 2-point play, 3rd and 3 from the goal line. All of these plays, your center on a fucking screen on 2nd and 2. Watch Soapy Sam fall off the leg. Like, come the fuck on. We're going to take moral victories?
No, well,
here's my analogy.
That's reaching for positivity.
Exactly. Don't reach for fucking positivity. Never in football. Now, in the locker room, I could circle. Listen, you learned from this. You did a great job here on toss. Look at what you did. You take a moral victory lap when Blazing Game isn't even on the fucking field for the first play and you're getting a penalty? Is that coaching? That's an embarrassment. Think about it. So here's my analogy. You go to a restaurant. Everyone's told you how great the food is. So great. Gotta try it. Where's Jerry Simon? The soup. You go there. The food sucked, right? Or it's cold. You asked for medium rare. They gave you well. You send it back. You send it back, right? Now, your wife, whoever, your guest, your buddy, is like, oh my God, are you afraid they're going to spit in that food? Are you sending it back? Yeah, I'm sending it back. Comes back, right? Food is better. Does Ivan, does Alan, does Joe, John, and whoever Alex, our guest today, does he, you know what, that restaurant, you were right. It's really good. It's really good. No, you remember that you had to send the fucking food back. You had to send this food. That's the problem. That's the problem. Don't send the food back. Keep it to where it is. The first half sucked. You came back. You played how you're supposed to, and you still lost in disappointing fashion. The only lessons to be learned from here is that you got to be better all the time. There's 60 minutes of football, boys. It ain't 30. It ain't 15, and it ain't 3. You gotta
creepers.
Gotta be better. Gotta be better. Speaking of better, this week, the Super 16 poll show will be going live on Tuesday night. Won't be tomorrow night, Cherie, because Chris Zorich has an event that he has to go to, so we got to push that to Tuesday night. Tuesday night for that show. I was
Your
just
dog
informed.
needs to get out.
I know. She's getting ready, and I'm getting out of here. Wednesday on the best Bears show on the planet. I don't know how we're going to beat the last several guests that we've had, from Brian Urlacher and Olin Kreutz, and now Jarrett Payton last week. We have that former running back, number 20. Thomas Jones will be jumping on the show.
So, man, I fucked up. But
Claudio will be back. Claudio will be back with Thomas Jones Wednesday night. Then Thursday we'll be back here, BHL. So we got short time frames to get all this tape. Become a patron, sign up. I appreciate all your patronage. Shane, you have a final thought?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that Ivan's ready for the tape frenzy that's going to go fucking crazy here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hopefully all 22 comes out tomorrow at some point. We can get rocking and rolling on that. It's going to be a short week, so if you're waiting for tape, just realize the NFL Plus sucks a lot of the time.
A lot. 99.
Last week it was like flickering, like you're at the fucking club. I'm like, oh my! I had to make it black and
you
white.
Get a play, and then it would pause, and then it would go black, and then it would
go black, then it's flickering. I'm like, someone with seizure capability might get a seizure just watching tape. I already had a complaint. Why are you pulling the tape back and forth? I'm trying to watch it, but it's I kid you not. I go, that's how you coach. You're pulling it back so you could see. Oh my God. I never thought I'd have to answer that question.
After I get offline here, I'm going to talk to Cars and we'll figure out the plan of attack for Cars Keys. It's obviously not going to be Thursday with the game. And I'm going to be a little bit late, probably reporting
Maybe
for Keeping It 100 Wednesday.
Night?
Yeah, we'll see
There's
if
an open slot.
Yeah, I've heard. So maybe we can yeah, let's hope. At least something good will come out of today.
I know. We've had some laughs here, Shane. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You were going to say something. I didn't want to
Actually, Torian Whitfield. I got to put him on the spot here. We're getting ready to wrap up, so I got to Torian's the dude that always tells everybody who else is live as soon as we're going off. So I was wondering what that's all about, but everybody be on the lookout for that, Torian.
Hey, go over there. Watch this show. Anyway, we'll be live all this week breaking down this past disappointment game. We're going to look at the tape. New era Bears. What are they going to be defined? And no, TTNL does not stand on the side or the island of Gilligan's Island of moral victories. Can't wait to get it back to you here. As I leave you, is what the great son of Walter Payton had to say about TTNL on the show, Keeping It 100 last week. I'll see you guys next week. The Bears lose to the Vikings. We'll be live right after the Commanders battle the Bears at home at Soldier Field this Thursday night. Looking forward to seeing. Hopefully, I don't have to rant. The real Charles Leno show up. We'll see. It is like an honor to have you on this network, for real. Seriously.
Dude, let me
no
say
smoke.
it.
I'm serious. I have one favorite.
TTNL is where it's at. You already know what time it is. Like, you know how I know it. You know how I know I had you guys in a vibe tonight? Man, the swearing was at a minimal for you two. Like, it was like this. Like, I only heard a couple of curse words.
Couple of them.
A couple. And other than that, it was on tilt. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something, and you can ask me a favor, but I want to say this.
Yes.
Listen, I appreciate you guys for your love for the Bears, right? I love the passion. I love what you guys are doing. I love the fact that it gives an opportunity for Bears fans to be able to come and have a community and a family, because that's what we all are. We all love this team, and that's why anytime I meet a Bears fan, I don't say, oh, you're Bear. I always say you're Bears family, because that's what it's all about. We all come together, whether we win or whether we lose. We're here for the long haul. We're not taking that Bear logo off of anything. It's always going to be there. And the fact that you guys are doing it in this type of form, man, I give you guys a lot of credit, man, because you guys are building something that's special, and special not just for you guys on a daily basis or weekly basis, but for the Bears family that's out there as well, looking for content, looking for a place where they can go and they can talk. So everybody that's hit the like button today, that left a comment, I want to tell you guys I appreciate you guys as well. And man, but this is not the end, man. This is just the beginning. I'm gonna come. You know, you got me, man. I'll be back on. Just hit me up.
That warms my heart.
Very good, guys. Have a beautiful day. I know I will.